Hello everyone. Now it's time to do the through-hole components. There's not many. It's mainly the pin headers to plug everything into, and the things I've missed, like this potentiometer here, this trim for the boost, which I left off. And we've also got my switch. I need my switch. I've left that off the bill of materials for some reason. And so we've got a switch, and we've got the power plug. That's a pin header for the RPM sensor. That's a 3mm phono, 3mm stereo jack socket. I'm using a 3mm jack plug for the speaker. Then we've got the header for the stylus, a header for the travel motor, another header for the reed switches. I'm not going to put a header on the speed control. Because I'm going to fit the potentiometer in this hole that I've made, I'm just going to run the wires straight to these connections. And then there'll be the pin header for the motor. Let me just bring up. Like I say, I don't really need this bill of materials for these, but it does help. What I'm going to use instead is, one moment. There we go. We've got the 3D view of the PCB from CAD, and I can see exactly what I put a female socket here, but I'm actually going to change this to a header. I put that on there because I have some pins on the motor, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a female header on the motor wires, and I'll just make this into a normal pin header like these. And as I say, this one here I'm not going to add, because I'm just going to run the wires from this potentiometer straight across to these. Because because the potentiometer is fixed to the PCB, then it should never need to be unplugged really. So that's what I'm going to do there. So I can see what we need. I've got them all in my pill tray. Oh, I've got my big hand ready. Where's that? One moment. There we go, that's a lot easier to see. There we go. So I've got all my headers here. There's my jack socket, there's my power socket, there's my switch, and this is the potentiometer which we missed off. So basically that's all that needs to go on there. And we're going to just solder them on manually. Oh, right, no, wait, what I'm going to do actually, before I do this, let me bring up the let me show you the PCB. So I'll just move this. Right, yes. Now then, the microcontroller, oh, where are we? There we go. Let's try and get in light. So there's where's my big hand? Here we go. So there's my microcontroller. This needs programming. So before I continue and put the through holes in, there's a chance that I might have not got a contact on one of these legs of these. I mean, they're tiny. You can see how tiny they are. Let me get a ruler. See if this ruler shows up. There. Yeah, I mean, these are millimeters on the ruler, so you can see how tiny they are. And if you had to solder them by hand, actually I can, because I prefer to use this type of tip. There, can you see this? Me solder. Oh, let me get my big hand out of the way, because it's not pointing anything. It looks like it's floating in midair. Yeah, I use a soldering iron with a small tip like this, and I can actually I can get to the individual things if I need to just check any of these legs. It's got a very pointy. Let's see if I can get in focus and where you can actually see. It's got a very pointy. Oh, where am I? There we go. That's it. It's in focus. You can see it's got a very pointy tip. This is a type of soldering iron that I like to use. Yes. So what I was saying, this chip here needs to be programmed. So before I go any further, I can actually program this. Now, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, I can actually program it, and to program it, we can do it now before I put any more any more components on the board, because what I've done is I've put some pads. Normally I put the pads on the front, but then I thought to myself, well, I could put them on the back. There's plenty of room on. There's always plenty of room on the back. So what I've done is I've got my 4 pads for programming on the back there, and I just use a little lead, fly lead like this, with a plug on the end. This is a standard plug that I use for the that's on my actual little modules. So basically my programmer is going to plug into the end of that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up for programming, and I'll show you how to program the chip. So basically we've got the VDDs, we've got the swim, the ground and the reset on these 4 pins here. So let's just set that up. So just give me a minute to do that. Okay, to program it, I've got my programmer plugged in. It's ST-Link version 2. I just got it plugged into there on the leads, and we just need STVP, which is ST Visual Programmer, and I've got 3 files that you can download. And basically all we do, hang on, which tab am I on? Right, so we go to Program Memory tab here. Oh, we set it to the STM8S103F3. That's the chip that we're actually programming. We go to Program Memory, go to Open File, we browse to where the files are. So this one is the memory one. Well, it's the program one actually. So it's the program memory is that one that's got the name, and we open that, and then we go to the data memory. So there's one for that, which is the data memory file, and we open that. Basically, it's what I've already got open. Basically, there's one setting. There's this AO here, which is a setting. It's just 1 byte that sets a value, and I just add my name so we can see who did it. And then we have the options byte, and so we need this one because I've changed some options. This is a bit like the the fuses. Best way to explain it for those that don't know, it's a bit like the BIOS on your PC on the motherboard. It sort of sets the main hardware up, tells it what hardware you're going to use and what the pins are going to be used for. Now, generally, the pins are allocated their function in the code, but there are sometimes it can't be done in code, and you've actually got to physically change the actual internals of a microcontroller, so that some pins do specific functions. It's a bit like hard switches inside it rather than soft switches. So this is what the options byte is. It's 1 byte, and it sets some options. So we need that. So I've made a file to set that. So we've got the options byte, and that sets everything for that. This is usually the first file that you want to upload, because one of the options is write protection, and your chip might be write protected, and we want to turn that off so we can actually program it. So that's the main one. But you need to use my file, because some of these options also have been changed to make the pins do special functions. So all we do is we just go to this we go to this little icon here and program the current tab, and we just press that. Have I got it? Hang on. Oh, it can't communicate for some reason. Let me just unplug the ST link and plug it back in again. I haven't shorted the wires, have I? No. So that should be okay. Right, let's try again. There we go. So it's just the USB, Windows 11 USB. It does some strange stuff now, so I've got to unplug it and plug it back in again. Yeah, so that's the first options by it done. So now we can upload the data memory, and we just go to this red button again and just do that, and it uploads. And then we go to the actual program itself, and we just press that button again, and it uploads. That's it. That's the microcontroller programmed. So because all that's worked okay, then I'm pretty sure that all my connections on my microcontroller are okay. So now I can continue, and I can get rid of this, like I say, I've only got a small bench. Let's just get rid of that. I've only got a small bench here, and all this lot is taking up space. So I can get rid of my hot plate and these bits of wood and just clear up a bit. And what I'll do is I'll just get all these components out of this tray, and I can get rid of that tray as well. So back shortly. Right, so this is going to be fairly easy. But what I'm going to do is, instead of using my my well-trusted favourite soldering iron, I am going to use this soldering station. Like I say, I mentioned before, one of my favourite YouTube channels is Learn Electronics Repair. I recommend going there. But there was a PCB, and I've got it working. When it's sat like that, you can't really see the screen, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prop it up so you can actually see it working. So let's put that underneath there. There we go, you can actually see it now. I've just got a knob at the front, and it's powered by USB-C. So basically all I do is plug USB-C in. This is just a bonus thing. You can sort of just see the screen there. It's not really in focus, but I can tell you that it's not blurry like this. It's actually crystal clear. It's really sharp figures. Right, and I made a handle for my soldering tip. This is a spare tip I have. It's one of them big flat ones on the end. I don't like them. They're too big for my sort of work. But I'm going to try and use this. If not, then I'm going to go back to my favourite soldering iron. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the little preset here. Hang on, let's just see. Alright, I think my whole desk is in shot now, so I can do things. Is that in? Yeah, it's sort of in focus. Right, okay, so we'll start with this. This should just stick in there, he says. If I don't drop it, let's just put a bit of hair around them holes and it'll go in a lot easier. There we go, it's gone in. There we go, fitted in nice and good. So let's just add a bit of solder. Oh, That's just went. It's because I got it. I've just got it balanced on edge there, and it just flipped over. So, yeah, that's better. Right, off we go. That's that one in. Looks alright. Actually, it looks a bit twisted. Didn't quite line up with the. I think the pins were just a bit bent. Oh, actually, I'm just a bit thick in it. I don't like lines. I don't like lines that don't line up. That's better. Sort of. Yeah. Oh, it's really irritating me. Is that right? Okay. So what else do I need? I need the switch. Right. So here's the switch. I mean, this is one to be mounted on a panel, but it's what I had, so that's what I used. So that's what I made here. So that should just slot in there. It should do because I made this footprint for this switch. So let's find out how good I am at making footprints. Yep, so that goes in there like that. I'll just poke them through slightly. Can we see that? I don't know. Thing is, well, let's turn it around to some light on it. There you go. I'm just poking them through a little bit. Get it all lined up. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to solder that middle leg there first. Right, so we've got one soldered in there. Now just to line it up. Bracket I ain't skew it up. Oh no, it's not pissed there. Let's just move it over. That looks better. Somehow it looks offset when you look at it on top, but when I look at it from this angle, I think these are cheap and nasty bent bit of metal. Anyway, it's good enough for me, is that? So I think it needs a bit of extra flux on them. That's probably ground. No, I don't have a ground on here, so why is that ticking so much? Oh, there we go. Oh, no, we haven't. Doesn't know. One thing about these types of tip, you can put plenty of heat on there. Let's get a bit of flux. It's, like I say, they're pretty old. I've had these switches for ages and they're a bit, what's the word, oxidized. So, bit of flux, bit of heat, clean them up. Yeah, that flows better. Actually, doesn't leave much on there. I'm a little picky about soldering, so you know what, I'm going to go back to my favourite. You've seen this working. I'm going to go back to my I could have put my favourite tip in here. Well, I could do, yeah. But actually, I think I'm going to swap out to my favourite iron. Well, it's my tip that I want. There we go. They're all soldered. Let's see how it goes. Let's give that a wipe. Put some flux on there. Come back and clean that off. Yeah, so that's the switch. It's got 3 positions. Let's fit the potentiometer in there. Oh, actually, hang about, I forgot to get a nut and washer. In fact, actually, what I want to do is I want to make a cardboard washer, you know, an insulation washer, because I'm going on the back of this PCB was originally didn't have a hole in, and I've drilled a hole in there, and I've actually got to solder some bridge wires across there because the tracks were going through where the hole is, so I've got to bridge them. But like I say, version 1, it's just your prototype, so things change, and so I want to make sure that I don't short these connections out when I put this through there. It's going to sit in there like that, and I just want to make sure that I don't the ones I've cut through, I just don't want to make sure that I'm not bridging them with this metal case. So I will be back shortly, and actually I'm going to go back to my other soldering iron. This works fine. Like I say, you set the temperature and everything. I just wanted to show it briefly. So I'm going to turn that off, and I'll be back in a moment. Right. I've made some washers. Some card washers. Just cut them on my laser. Just some card. Made a few. I only need 2. I'll put some for I'll put the others with my parts, what I use for the others. What I need to do first, though, is I've cut, when I was drilled in that hole, I've cut through 2 tracks, so I need to just put some marks on there just to remind me to join them up later on. So yeah, there was this one that went up there. Let me just get my magnifying glass. There we go. Sort of. Actually, which one went where? Oh, easiest way is look at an original. It's a good job we got more than one PCB, isn't it? So yeah, look at an original one, and then I can see where the I've drilled through the hole. So we're looking here. Right, so this bottom one, a bit hard to see with this. Yeah, I went to here, so that one. Oh no, it doesn't. It goes through there, and it goes to that via. Oh crap! Oh, that means I'm going to have to clean some. I need to clean off some. It's the reflection in the blue thing. Yeah, so that top one there. So I need to clean it off there and there. So let's mark it here. So I need to clean that one, put across there, and I need to do that one. It's in between them two things there. I don't know if you can see them. Let me just get me Dremel out. And right, I'm just going to pause it. I'm just going to clean some silk screen. Clean some of the blue off the tracks. Just 1 minute. Right, yeah. So get rid of that one. I've put some. I've actually cut through them here. See if I can get focused in. There. Don't know if you can see where. Let's get my big hand. Then my little point. Can you see these two little bits? I've just sort of shown the two tracks going through here. These two tracks go through these 2 points, and one comes from this one. It used to go up through round the hole and round the top there, and the other one is that one there, comes down and to the hole. Actually, what am I doing here? I don't actually need to do that. I'm not using this encoder. What am I? I'm a frigging idiot, aren't I? I didn't need to do that because I'm not using the encoder, and all this stuff is to do with the encoder. And since I'm not using it, oh, what am an idiot? I'm an idiot. Yeah, leave it. Forget that. Oh dear, I've really messed that up now, haven't I? Damn. No, I had the potentiometer on my head and thinking this was the potentiometer, but no, this is for the encoder, which I'm not using. Yeah, so, yeah, oh god, I'll have to cover all that up again now. Damn, silly me. What a friggin' idiot. Right, let's continue then. Let's put the potentiometer in there, yeah. Oh, what a fool I am. Right, I'll still use the cardboard washers anyways, so I'll put that on there. Then that will, I'm in focus-ish, sort of. Yeah, let's try, that's a bit better. Right, so that goes in there, like that. Points down like that because we've got like a little tag that stops it rotating. Put my cardboard washer on, put this extra thin metal washer, it's that thin I don't think it really matters, and then me nut. So yeah, let's just tighten that in place. That should do it. So I've now got my pot on there, which we will adjust. I haven't made the knob yet, so that's to come. I'll put the knob on once I fit it to the machine. I need to make some stands off for it yet. So yeah, these 3 wires. I'm gonna get that stuck in there. So these 3 wires will go to the speed control. Normally I was going to put a header there, but I'm not going to put a header. What I'm going to do is just wire these cables direct, so they're a bit stiff. These I could do with them just bending up a bit, so I'm just going to put a bit of heat on there. Just get me hot air thing. I've got one of these little things for just yep. Whenever you're dealing with any plastics or anything or cables that are stiff, if you just put a bit of heat on, they become really flexible and you can bend them where you want. So That's all I'm doing here, is just putting a bit of heat around there, just warming it up. Winter's a bad time for doing cables. I learned that when I used to sort of modify cars, cables in cars. Right, so that'll go up there, that'll go along to there, and then I'll just give a little extra just so that we're not short, and we'll trim that off. Oh, yeah, don't need my pen anymore. So this is why I have long nails. These are just tools, just trim them. Yeah, when you're using cutters to trim plastic off, just make sure the flat edge is on the way out, which is you're pushing, because the shape of the cut, it makes everything go grip. It makes it grip. If you try to pull it that way, you're just slipping past. So yeah, that's just a little tip. And I've got another little tip. Actually, what I'll do is I'll try soldering one of these just to show you what happens with this sort of cable. It's soft cable, but have you ever had cable that sort of like disappears as soon as you put a bit of heat next to it? This is a good example. I'll show this, and this is a trick I've come to overcome it. Let's just get that. Don't want any stragglers. Right, so that's there. What I want to do is just see if it's in focus. It is sort of, isn't it? And like I say, I'm going to be using my preferred soldering iron now, which is this one. It's got a right nice little point. Like I say, I just do delicate work, microcontrollers and stuff, so I don't need anything bigger than that. Right, so let's just see if this red one shows up, and see if I can just show you what happens to the plastic. Don't know if you can see that. Let me just try and get this in focus, but right about there. Just put more heat on it, and if you can see the plastic shrink away, it shrinks away. So what I tend to do, let me just pop that there, is I just get some small heat shrink, and what I'll do is I'll just do small little bits like this. There. Just small little bits like that, and what I'll do is excuse me, I'm going to cough. I'll just pause. Sorry about that, cough. Yes, what I do is I put these little bits on the end of the wire, so then when you come to solder them, like so, the heat from the soldering will shrink the shrink wrap around the actual wire. It doesn't disappear. You end up with a nice good end and a good tinned wire. So just bend these down a touch, so hopefully these will, you can see what happens when I put these on. See, that bit of insulation is going to shrink right back, but because I've put this over the top, this shrink wrap is going to hold it all in place and bring it back. So let's just put some more solder on that. Let me just, don't know if we can see. I'll try and do it so you can see. Can you see how this the insulation now is getting pushed this way? Because it's the shrink wrap is actually squeezing it out the end. Let me just get that in where I can see it. Oops, moved. There, I messed that up. It's on camera now. Oh dear. It's because I'm trying to put it on camera and not where I prefer to do it, where I can actually see it. Right, yes, so that's what I tend to do with... It's only with some insulated cables. The insulation's so soft when you warm it up, it just melts away to nothing. Right, okie dokie. So we got them tinned. And now I'm just going to put them on there. Don't have to worry about... Yeah, so travel more. This one's... Oh, these are just... I don't have to worry about covering them up on the other side. Covering these up on this side, because these are just not used at the moment. So, and I expect... Right, so yeah, I'll just do them in that order. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them on top. Well, actually no, let's just stick them in there, not for best. I may have to swap them over, basically. So let's just line them up. Go on, stay in there. Shall we do one at a time? Oh, I have got them. Yeah, they're at the end, the same order. Sometimes I flip the brown one to the middle. I'm not doing too well. Right. Stay there. Bit of glue tack. There we go. Right, that one nearest me is definitely okay, so... Yeah, don't need that. There's my solder. Oh, I thought you'd gone to sleep then. Sometimes I don't move enough. I bet this is ground. Right, let's got that. Glue tack off. Let's get that right. Yeah, they always look alright, so let's just... Oh, I'll do the next one anyway. Right, that's staying through. There we go. Hopefully you can see them. Can you? Look alright to me. Just bend it into shape while it's still soft. So that's that fitted. What else we got? Let's do the simple stuff. Let's put this barrel jack on. Oh, actually, I've lost my picture. Yeah, I had that stuck up there. Yeah, we're going for the barrel jack there now. That one. That should just stick in there. Real easy. What I'll do is I'll just put a bit of glue tack. That holds it in place. What I'll do is I'll just solder one first. Oh, no, it didn't hold it. Yeah, being clever with glue tack. I think it's that old. I haven't not used it that often. Let's just get some fresh to the top. Get it sticky again. Try that. Is that going right this time? Is it going to stay stuck? Get that out of the way. No, I'm going to sleep. No, this is ground there. It's going to be alright. What I do like about it, it's got a boost here, because this is going to the ground hot plane. You can just boost it up a touch. So I'll just press the button. There we go. That's certainly put some heat in there. And let's just put some more heat in and make sure it's flat and not on the piss. I just hate things not being aligned. Right. There we go, that looks alright. Let's do the other two. These should solder okay because they're not on the ground plane. I'm going to have to make that footprint a bit with some smaller holes. It's too big, that, and it's running through. Yeah, and if you ever wondered why it's got holes in the tabs, it's so the solder pools around the hole. It's not for sticking wires through. Yeah, that's alright. Right, yeah, so we've done that one. Like I say, if you're getting bored with this, you can always fast forward towards the end. You can see it when it's complete, although I haven't done it yet, so I can't. Right, yeah, we'll do that jack socket now. So we've got that jack socket, and then let's just stick that in there. Trouble is, my eyesight's going. To look at the screen, I've got to take one pair of glasses off and put another pair on. And then to look at this, I've got to swap them over again. Right, let's just use a bit of the glue tack and just hold that in place. Good third pair of hands is that, this sort of thing. That should line itself up because it's got some pegs in it. So let's just add the solder. Is he going to sleep? No. Oh, I bet it's... Oh no, it's gone. I thought that was the ground plane again. Right, I've got here, I've got like a solder jumper where it links the left and right together of the plug, but it's only a mono thing. I'm just going to leave that undone for now, and I might try to see what happens when I've got it working when I join it. So it's a test to do. So we've done that. Okay. Let's put the header in for the LCD. Well, not the LCD, OLED. Oh, I can turn that stuff off. And we can stick that one in there. That's for the OLED. And what I'm going to do, there's me a little bit of wood. I've got this little thing which I made for putting headers into PCBs, but I won't be using it on this. All I want to do with this one is I just want to use it as a... Where's me stuff? Stick that on there like that. That holds it there, so it's not going to fall out. I can just put it like that. That's going to support it like that. Then I can take that off. It hasn't fallen out. And now I can solder it. Let's do the ground. Let's put some heat on. Oh, that went well. So let's just get it all lined up. Put a bit of heat on. Feels good. Yeah, that looks good. So I'll do the others. I think I'll put a bit of crap solder there. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to cough again. There we go, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a bit of shitty solder. Don't know if you can see that. No, that's how I clean my tip. I just have a thing full of solder, and it just gradually over the time it builds up. And all I do is I just put the tip there, and then the solder remains, and I have a clean tip. I'm just going to put a bit of flux on there, because I think it just, there's some muck or something. Yeah. It's probably on the pin header that I use, cheap China stuff. It comes through. I don't know what they make it out of. I think it's all steel and just colour it yellow, make it look like brass. It's definitely not copper anyway, that's for certain. And it's not gold plated either. Yeah. Oh, I want a bit of ground down here. Hit a bit of heat on there. And it flows a lot better. Right, so that's that header in. That's that one. And that should take the OLED, so that's going to sit like that, I'll make some standoffs for it, show you them when I made it, but that's where that's going to go. And then it's just these little headers here. I've gone for a bit of colour to colour stuff in, so they all point out the back. Let's just turn that around like so. I'm making this into a pin header as well, so that's, I'm going to use that white one there for it. So let's go for that. Yeah, motor. What I'll just do is, right, it's quite a long pin header here, so what I can do is I can just stick a bit of that glue tack on there like that. That holds it all in place. I don't know if you can see that. Holds it all in place. And I can solder that first one. Oh, and I think this could be ground. No, I think ground's the other side. Is it going to sleep? No. Change of hand. Let's put a bit of heat on there. I think it's got, could be the ground plane. Oh yeah, there it's flowing now. Oh no, it isn't. Oh, big blob. Ha! Well, it's held in place anyway. So that looks alright. So what I'm going to do the rest of them. I mean, sure, yeah. Is that one? Is that one? There's that one. Just need a bit of extra heat here. Yeah, and just put a bit of heat on that one. Don't know why it's such a big blob. Maybe I needed a bit more heat. Yeah, that's better. Right. So, hang on, I've swapped glasses. There we go. Just check that you can see what I've done. Right. So that's that one. Let's do the others. Right, so let's do stars. What colour shall I use for stars? Green. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick that up. Stick that there. No, that looks alright with that one. Let's just I think that wants a bit of heat. Tell you what, they must be made out of I'm sure they're made out of steel. Are these? Well, I can pick them up with a magnet anyway, so they must be made out of steel. Oh, look at that. Let's just remove a bit of that. Just take the excess off. Put some heat on. That looks good. You see that? Oh, let me just remove the thing. Is it straight? No, is it? Oh. I should have checked that first, shouldn't I? Right. Just going to... Oh, I hate the ground plane. Sometimes you just got to warm the whole PCB up. There. Straight enough, is that? Right, so what's next? Oh God, I don't know why I'm coughing so much today. Hopefully I'm alright now. What we got? I've done the stylus. RPM sensor, that wants a 3-pin one, so let's put that in there. Stick that on there. That's going to hold that. Have I got it straight this time? Yeah, it should be straight this time. And I bet that is ground. There's some nice heat in there. Ah, there we go. So, there's that one. And then we also want the... oh shit, what have I done there? Oh, that actually, I've messed that up. I've totally messed that up there. I need the reed switch there underneath that. Yeah, I've put the reed switch underneath there, so I might have to just put the reed switch wires from this side. I wonder if they can be... No, what it really needs is that peg moving round to here. I've noticed it on the PCB that I've revised. What I've done is I've put this peg actually over here. So, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I thought I'd take a shortcut, and what I did was I lengthened... Where's my hand? If you can see here, one of these big holes, I just lengthened it for the tab for the thing. But what I've done with these, this one, let's just move the hand out of the way. Yeah, what I've done is I've put the tab actually here, so it rotates this round 90 degrees. What I might just do is just a prototype. I might just cut that tab off, you know. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to cut the tab off and turn this around. I can't be faffing. I've got it right on this one. So yeah, I need that reed switch in there, you see. And at the moment it's covering it up. You can see underneath there that that's where I want to be, so I need to turn this thing around. I don't need these connections, so this lock can actually sit over the top of them connections, no problem. It's all part of prototyping, so you know, I do the first one, then you know that you're getting one that's correct. So basically, yeah, although I've put it on my project, I've done the project on PCBWay, shared the project. It's a good time to actually wait until I've actually finished the project myself, to make sure that I've caught all the cock-ups I've done. Okay, so let's just zoom out with that. Yep, and I'm going to take this off and rotate it. I don't think I'll put you through the pain of that, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause it and rotate it. Yeah, there we go, rotated. So that's all now pointing that way, and I can now get to my reed switches. So let's get rid of that handout way, stop confusing things. There we go, rotated, and now I can get at these header files. Header pin slots. Well, that's another 3-pin one, so let's get that in there. And what I'll do is I'll just use another bit of use this stuff again. Stick it in there, and is it all lined up? Yep. Can you see that? Yeah, I just stuck a bit of that glue tack. It's just another pair of hands, you know, it just helps. Right, better off with this hand this time. And where are we? Oh yeah, well, let's get that one done first. That looks like it's a... What am I doing? What is it? That one, is it? Has it got a ground? Oh no, this is the reed switches, so this will just have a positive in middle, and so this should actually solder quite easily if I haven't gone to sleep. There we go. Yeah. So there we go, 300. One. Two. Three. Right, yes, so does that look okay? I should have checked this first actually. Oh, actually something's come off there. There we go. Yeah, it looks straight enough, does that, doesn't it? Yeah, so well, I've just got one left. What's that for? Oh, the travel motor. Right, so that's going to go in there like that, and let's just stick a bit of that on there. It's holding it there, so there we go. Oh, I'm going to swap hands. There we are. Yeah, there we go. Turn off. Haven't left any behind. It's getting a bit warm. Yeah, it gets a bit tacky once it gets a bit warm. Right, let's stick that somewhere, like people stick chewing gum. Right, so yeah, get rid of that. There we go. So it's all right. Well, I just need to do the standoffs for my little LED display that's going to sit there. So I'll make some standoffs for that. I'll make the knob for that, and I will make the stand that this sits on the machine, and then we'll give it a test in the next video. So yeah, it's a bit boring video this, but you know, I honestly don't know what people want to watch. I mean, if they're quite happy watching me do this soldering bit, then I will do it. Let me know. If you just want to see the sort of start and end result, let me know. And then hopefully this is going to, well, it's a lot tidier than the solderless breadboard, so and like I say, there's lots of room for improvement. And yeah, so I can tell you that the PCB that's on the shared projects is how this is actually put together now. So yeah, you're free to download it if you need to. But actually, just, well, wait until you see it actually working first. Yeah, let me know what you want me to show. I mean, I know a lot about KiCad. I know a lot about FreeCAD, circuits and stuff. I can show you how to use those programs if you need to. I know how to use fritzing. I know how to make components for fritzing. I know how to make components for KiCad, and I can show you some good tips in FreeCAD as well. So just let me know what you want to see, and then I'll do something on my next project that includes whatever you want to see. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Until the next video when we try it working.